everyone, and welcome to episode 47 of My Mom Sandy. We are your hosts. I am Josh Fasten. The woman next to me agreed to put her hand on the table and let me stab it with a pen. This is My Mom Sandy.
Yeah, only to see if we could break the skin.
We wanted to break the skin.
Yeah.
Wanted
Everybody.
Wanted to make it bleed.
Hello, Josh.
2 weeks in a row, we're on it. I got a text message. I'm going to silent my phone. Very unprofessional. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's really unprofessional. Who's it from? RodmanDon?
Let's just clue everyone in here. Because
we've been talking for the last 10 minutes.
So typically, and we've talked about this in the past, is we pre-roll the podcast. And this evening, What are you doing? What are you
I'm looking for a pen. Can you hand me one of your magician?
Okay. So we pre-roll the podcast, and tonight we were talking about our good friend, good friend of the show, Rodman. Rodman, how you doing, buddy?
Well, how did we even?
Because we were because we were like, this is stupid. I don't want to do this anymore. It's 10:30 on a Sunday. This is the last thing I want to be doing. And then I said, there's nothing to talk about. And then Sandy, my mom Sandy, says, just tell everyone what you've been up to. Thing is most of the people that listen, I talk to on a regular basis, so they already know. Okay.
Okay. And then I said, okay, well then maybe we just shouldn't do this anymore.
Let's just not even do the podcast anymore. I replied, what is Rodman gonna do?
So then we got on a whole Rodman kick.
So then we started saying Rodman a lot, which then turned into RodmanDon, which is an ancient holiday, which then turned into RodmanDon, which is an even holier of holiday. And then,
but what are the holidays celebrate, or what are they? What happens on the holiday?
You have to buy a house from RodmanDon.
Right, Ramadan is RodmanDon. RodmanDon is the holiday in which you buy a house from Rodman.
From Rodman, with money or your firstborn child.
Which some of us would be happy to give up. That's weird. Wait, you're my firstborn.
Okay, so that was how that came along, and then Sandy decided, like Sandy always does,
throw something stupid in there.
Hey,
gave us something to talk about. How many minutes have gone by?
All right, so we are about 4 in.
There you go.
All right.
All we got to do is fill another 15.
Or 20.
It'll end up being like super long tonight.
So I had a good thing that I just saw. I look up the news on the Apple phone. What is this? An iPhone?
Yes, it is an iPhone.
And there was an article that said that as COVID-19 cases surge, this was an article from the Los Angeles Times. As COVID-19 cases surge, patients,
which by the way is now in El Segundo.
Okay,
just so you know.
So is it the El Segundo Times?
It is the El Segundo Times.
All right, so this is an article from the El Segundo Times. As COVID-19 cases surge, patients are dying at a lower rate. Here's why. And there was an interesting thing that was said in here. It said that basically it talks about how they are doctors say there's now better treatments for the whole COVID thing. And it talks about in California, 3.6% of people diagnosed with COVID between March and May died of the disease. So we were at 3.6%. Among those diagnosed between June 1st and August 3rd, that figure dropped to 1.2%. So
I wonder what's going on.
Expanded testing, changing patient demographics, and better patient care all played a role in that drop.
I got to tell you, I mean, I heard this senator or House of Representatives from New Jersey talking today about griping about the testing issue. And he was saying, he goes, people are having to wait days to get a test, and then the results are taking like 7 to 14 days to get back. And I'm thinking, what the fuck are they doing in New Jersey? Because that's not the way it is here at all. When you get your results back in 2 days, right?
I usually get results like on the 3rd or 4th day.
But that's not like, 7 to 14 days. By that time, you could have it again.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know, right? I mean, it's tough to say because...
And I mean, are you... And
the testing site that I'm going... I mean, I don't know. I had a friend. She just got tested the other day. She went to Dodger Stadium. She had her results the next morning. I mean, she had them in... I almost feel like less than 24 hours.
How long did you have to wait at Dodger Stadium, though?
I don't know. We didn't talk about that.
I wonder if you go by appointment or it's just drive by.
Drive up?
Drive by.
That's something different.
Drive-by
Drive-by
nasal
swabbing?
swab, yeah.
You should come with me on Tuesday. Get a little nasal swab.
Are you getting one?
Yeah, Tuesday. 9 a.m.
What, do we do this every week now?
I went 2 weeks ago. I think we talked about that on the podcast, that I've been getting tested every 2 weeks to be safe. Yeah, I mean, look, I think that this is the kind of world that we're living in now, which is...
the world of COVID.
Well, I think it's being, it's like I keep preaching this, right? Everybody's risk and benefit factor, risk-benefit thing associated with themselves is a little bit different, right?
Ratio.
Risk-benefit ratio. I'm going to make a note of that. Risk.
Benefit.
Benefit. Benefit. No, it's benefit ratio. Everybody has a different risk-benefit ratio. So I think that...
I'm glad we thought up that term. I bet no one's ever used it
No,
before.
that was actually from an article I read.
Oh.
But we'll call it RBR for short.
There you go.
So
the RBR is...
I think everybody has a different risk-benefit ratio. So I think that what it comes down to is trying to be as safe and as responsible as you can be yourself. And I think the unfortunate part of that is that it looks a little bit different for everybody. Your risk-benefit ratio is going to be different than what mine is, which is going to be different than what, just because we were talking about him, Rodman's is, So what do you do, And now, they're saying that the death rate in California from June to August is down to 1.2%.
So why are we completely closed down society? That's not a lot of people. I mean, we probably...
You're not very close to the microphone, and you're looking at me.
There's
when you
probably...
You do this thing. You've done it since episode 1.
I'm sorry.
Where instead of talking into the mic, you turn your head to me.
Because
sometimes you even lean.
I'm used to looking, actually, instead of looking at the spit catcher on the microphone, I'm actually... I look at who I talk to.
I understand. But do you see how...
So maybe I should just move this.
You can do that too, yeah.
Would that be better?
Imagine that you got to think bigger, right? Like this is like a radio show. And
wow.
Yeah. In a professional studio.
This is pretty darn professional, don't you think?
Professional. Yeah, you need to talk into the mic. So, why is everything shut down? That is a great question.
I do not know, but I heard they're opening the schools in New York. If they can open the schools in New York, why can't we open them here? Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. Is that...
Are you really mincing your words tonight, huh?
Am I?
Yeah.
What did I mince?
Did you... I'll play it back. I'll give you some playback.
I took a note from... Never mind. I'm not going to say it.
Okay. Did you see the school that opened in Georgia? It was open for a week.
Yes.
And there was 260 people that had to go home in quarantine.
Yes, I think they have like 5 cases. High school.
Yeah. And I think there was kids that... I think there was a kid that died or something. I don't... It's getting weird. It's getting to a place... and I didn't want to do another COVID episode, but it's getting to a place where I don't know what the right answer is anymore. Obviously...
Really? You're stumped, are you?
I don't know if I'm not stumped. Obviously, I don't want to get it.
No.
I don't want to give it to anyone, and I, for sure, could not live with myself if, for example, you got it from me and died, or Dad got it from me and died. I couldn't live with that, with knowing that.
Yes, I'd come back and haunt you for sure.
Great.
Wink, wink.
So, oh, geez.
Sorry.
Hope you come back on the day of RodmanDon.
I would.
Only, you can come back and haunt me. Only if you come back on RodmanDon.
Isn't it like a 7-day holiday, or is it?
You buy homes for 7 days?
Yeah.
Well, how long does a typical...
escrow take?
Yeah.
Oh, at least 30 days.
Well, then RodmanDon's a 30-day holiday.
Oh, there you go.
And you have to fast.
For 30 days? They actually do that for Ramadan, for real Ramadan.
Right, hello.
Not RodmanDon, but Ramadan.
RodmanDon is also the name of the mob, the godfather from the Amiri family. Don Rodman. RodmanDon.
Don Rodman. That's cute.
I think Don Rodman was actually also a professional basketball player.
Don Rodman?
Don Rodman, yeah.
Or just Rodman?
No, I think Don Rodman. He dyed his hair funny colors, had his nose pierced.
Best buddies with...
Dennis Rodman.
No, best buddies with the North Korean leader.
Yeah, Don Rodman.
Ilson.
Well, that was... You're thinking of Dennis Rodman.
Oh.
Don Rodman was...
Dennis's brother?
Yeah, he was good friends with the South Korea leader.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whoever that was.
Weird.
Yeah.
Now,
I wanted to talk about the school thing because here in LA, apparently our teachers union doesn't think it's safe to send the teachers back to school even though the kids are not coming back. Is that fucking ridiculous or what? I mean, we talked to your friend Peter, or should I call him what he really is, leader.
Do I think that it's ridiculous?
Who's a teacher and says, he says, I would love to go back to class and teach without kids. He wants a place to go to work.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's going to happen right now. I think that's the unfortunate part.
Well, no, it will for him because he's in a private school.
I don't think that anybody should be, here's the problem. And I think we talked about this last time. I don't think that hair salons, nail shops, barber shops, I'm going to even go so far as to say tattoo shops. Am I boring you?
Just a little, but go ahead. I'll get used to it.
Thanks. I don't think that these are the places that people are getting COVID. When you start talking about schools, you start talking about group environments, group settings, teachers being around each other. Look, I've had several conversations.
But I'm talking about schools where the kids are at home learning via internet.
But you're still dealing with
teachers. Yeah, but where do they have to be in their classroom? They don't have to be near anybody. The same thing as you don't talk about we can't go vote either, but we can go stand in the line at the fucking grocery store. If you're 6 feet apart from somebody or whatever the hell it is, and you got a mask on, what's the big deal? I mean, I don't know. I just, I get what you're saying about, having all the kids there and then the teachers mingling and all that.
But I think take the kids out of the equation. Now you have
kids
teachers,
are gone.
Right,
yeah.
now you have teachers mingling.
The teachers don't have to mingle. That's just it.
But the teachers are going to mingle.
Why?
Because that's just what happens.
No, maybe
people are going to cross paths.
Maybe that's the rule.
I think
teachers cannot mingle. There's no teacher lounge anymore. You stay in your classroom. That's it.
I think that what you are presenting is
impossible.
No, I just think that you're presenting a very perfect scenario where it's like, here's a school, and every single teacher has their own classroom, and the teacher parks their car and they go directly to the classroom and they get on their Zoom and they do their Zoom all day, and then they walk out of their classroom and they go back to their car and they don't ever see another person. I don't think that's real. I don't think that that's a realistic
well, if they
scenario.
Need to go pick up something in the office, and listen, I've had to take my car into automotive places. I put a mask on. Everybody's got that plexiglass up now. The gal on the other side of it's got a mask on. I don't know what else, what else do you do? You can't stop fucking living. That's the point. I've done that. I went and test drove a car last week. Everybody there has got plexiglass and masks. Again.
But was the guy in the car with you?
No.
Yeah. See,
but the other place, when I went to the other Honda place, the guy did drive with me.
You should get tested.
Look, if I have it, I think I'll have symptoms.
What if you're the super spreader? Started with my mom, Sandy.
Sandy, the super spreader.
Look, you know what? I don't have. This is the thing, right? I don't have the answers anymore.
Here's the deal. When they talk about sending the kids, but I do. When they talk about putting the kids back in school, they talk about things changing, like the kids wearing masks, like no eating in the cafeteria. Everybody eats in their room. What are you looking for?
Something to interrupt you with.
Here, just do the pen in the hand. That'll work. But what I'm saying is that they're talking about changes for the kids to follow. So how difficult would it be for the teachers to not mingle? That's a change in rules.
But the problem with schools in particular, and this was something that I had a conversation with my friend Peter about, was that the minute and it's already happening, you open a school and you have students and teachers or just students, that's like a Lord of the Flies thing. The first
just students, really? couldn't do that.
There's just like poster boards that should say where to go.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
The very first case that happens, you're done. A. B. You can no longer, Peter brought up this point when we had spoke about it, not on the podcast, but when we had talked about it, about schools opening in general, is that the very first time, you can't dictate what these people are doing, the teachers are doing when they go home. You can't dictate what these kids are doing when they go home. So you're taking all these safety precautions at school, but then when everybody goes home, who fucking knows? Teachers could be going on dates on the weekend. They could be going to restaurants, and kids could be, family members could be coming over and have giant gatherings. And the first time someone gets sick, the first fucking case, you're shutting it all down.
But see, okay, so we're talking about apples and oranges. I'm talking about the teachers going back to school and teaching in their classrooms with no students.
Same. Yes, and in the perfect Sandy scenario.
No,
right?
It's not the perfect Sandy scenario. It's like, this is the way it is now.
Right,
teachers will come back and you will be confined to your classroom.
Right, but I don't know if
You may use the restroom if you'd like. Bring your own coffee. Bring your own lunch. Whatever.
I don't know if every single school, and let's just use California, I don't know if every single school in California is set up that every single teacher that works there has their own individual classroom. So again, you have this perfect scenario of every single teacher gets their own classroom, and every single teacher goes in, they bring their little lunch bag, and they they fucking sit there all day, right? And they sit there all day, and they're on their fucking Zoom calls, and it's great, and they don't have to ever be in contact with anyone else. But that's not realistic.
All right, but it's realistic to think that you're going to get a whole group of kids there wearing masks, 6 feet apart, 6 feet of socially distancing themselves, walking only one way down a fucking hallway.
No, I'm not.
We're going to have that's realistic.
I'm not saying that that's.
And then you're going to have teachers out there monitoring it.
No, I'm not saying that's realistic either. In fact, if you go back and listen to past episodes, I never said that was realistic. What I'm saying is that we have an issue that we have to figure out. I guess you could have guards in towers, and if the kids are closer than 6 feet, you shoot them in groups. I'm just kidding.
Paintball guns.
No school shooting.
Paintball guns.
No, but
paintball guns.
No, I don't think that
makes it more fun.
No, I don't think that that's the idea of sending here. Everyone's going to go back to school, and all the kids are going to wear masks, and all the teachers are going to wear masks, and all the kids are going to be 6 feet apart, and then we're going to split every classroom up into 4 smaller classrooms. No. Do I think that that's realistic either? No. I don't think that's the solution. I think, unfortunately, we have to double down on kids are going to be at home.
I think the teachers should be able to go back to school and teach their classes. Their classes. They have all their tools and stuff in their classrooms.
What kind of tools? Wrenches?
Their lesson plans, their bulletin boards, their chalkboards, all that stuff. You don't have that in your room.
Maybe they need to get creative. Look, right. I think that if it's a situation
we'll just agree to disagree because
I'll say this. I'll say this.
Just bullshit, to be honest.
I think that if it is a situation in which the school can accommodate all the teachers in different classrooms and they're not coming in contact with other teachers,
then they should do it.
Then yeah, okay. Just like I think that salons should be able to open because we were, we've talked about this. We were trained on sanitation. We were trained on disinfectant. We were, all of my tattoo artist friends, they were trained on bloodborne pathogens, disinfecting, sterilizing, like everything that we're talking about, where the virus can't survive, how the virus gets killed. And yet all these things have to close. But yet, if you want, you can go out to a restaurant, you can sit at a table, you can have other people around you, and you can all mingle outside with masks off.
Yeah, and here in LA, apparently, you can have big parties.
Mansion parties.
Yeah.
We got an email. Did you see the email?
No.
It was from YouTube.
Yeah.
They wanted us to go to their YouTube mansion COVID party over last weekend.
Oh, really?
When my mom Sandy was invited.
Oh, wow. God, I wish I had known. I would have fancied up my tennis shoes and...
We had a VIP suite.
Did we have a VIP suite?
Yeah.
Wow.
They said you could not...
This week they're turning off water and power to those homes.
As they should. They should. But see, this is the fucking problem. They should have done that stuff back in March. You know, when all this shit started,
They should have taken fire hoses to the protesters outside and said, either you go home because there's COVID in the air, or we turn on the hose. I mean, you know, you can't
Was that a scene from Silence of the Lambs? Put the lotion in the basket or you get the hose again? Or was it hose?
I don't remember that being in Silence of the Lambs.
Isn't it put the lotion in the basket? Put the lotion in the basket.
Who does he say that to? Clarice?
Isn't someone has like a dog? Does he have like a little dog?
No.
It's not Anthony Hopkins. Is it Anthony Hopkins? No.
Yeah.
No, it's not Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
The Silence of the Lambs guy?
Anthony Hopkins?
I think you better Google it and see.
Maybe you should talk while I'm Googling it.
Oh, okay. Just so you know.
You're horrible. Anthony Hopkins. Is it Anthony Hopkins?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Anthony Hopkins.
I
Yeah.
know. I don't know what.
But
what
it's
were
not.
you thinking?
You
know the guy in Psycho, the old Psycho movie.
That was not Anthony Hopkins.
No, not this Anthony Hopkins. No.
Is there another?
I don't know.
Actor named Anthony
I don't
Hopkins?
know. Maybe he did it when he was young.
Anthony Hopkins?
No.
Say that for me.
Anthony Hopkins.
Not him. The Buffalo Bill guy.
Who's the Buffalo Bill guy?
Well, no, his name's just Buffalo Bill. It's not Bill Guy.
I don't know who that is.
He's the guy.
Oh, is there another Silence of the Lambs that I don't know about?
No, there's like another character. There's like a Hannibal Lecter eats people.
Yeah.
And then there's like Buffalo Bill, who I think is like the murder guy. He's like a serial killer or something. He like puts girls in the pit, and he like dances to that song, and he like dresses up as like a woman and tucks his pee-pee in between his legs. And then he's like,
I remember that.
Put the lotion in the basket.
Oh, I don't remember that. I hardly remember the guy, to be honest with you, the character.
You want me to bring up the iconic scene?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to rewatch the movie, as gruesome and gross as it is.
Put the lotion in the basket.
Please.
It places, then the girl's at the bottom of the hill. I mean, the pit.
Yes.
And he has like a basket.
Doesn't Hannibal Lecter, doesn't he skin the girls alive? Or doesn't he make the skin?
I think you're thinking of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
No, I've never even seen that movie.
He was the secondary villain, Buffalo Bill. And he was named so because he skins his humps.
Oh, see, somebody
what he was doing was kidnapping heavier young women. Then he kept them in an old cistern well in his basement, starving them ever so much so their skin would be loose.
And then he'd skin them.
During the process, he forced them to apply lotion to their skin in order to keep it smooth and soft.
Oh, we want to have a nice coat.
Part of this process involved lowering the lotion in a small wicker basket to the victim. Thus the phrase, put the lotion in the basket. Buffalo Bill guy, never called these women by name, and in order to keep himself socially distanced mentally from the horrible things he was doing, he dehumanized the women. He never referred to them as people.
What did he refer to them to?
Not as people. The actual line from the movie are, "It puts the lotion in the basket." Not a command or even acknowledgement that there is a person down there. Almost a narration of events to distance the killer from his victim. Another line.
So he just says, "It put the lotion in the basket."
It puts the lotion in the basket. Another line is, "It."
Who knew we were talking about Hannibal Lecter tonight?
We're not Buffalo. This is Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill.
Hannibal Lecter looks like a fucking saint compared to this guy.
Well, they're the same movie, right?
Yes. Okay. Another line is, "It puts the lotion on its skin, or it gets the hose again."
Oh, that's scary.
Referring to the punishment for failure to comply.
Oh.
This form of third-person communication makes a horrifying event even creepier. And I'm assuming he hosed them.
If they didn't put
then their skin would dry out.
Skin. Oh, and then they'd have to put even more lotion on their skin. It's kind of like an endless cycle.
That Buffalo Bill.
Oh, BB. Good old BB.
He celebrates RodmanDon as well. Yeah.
Does he buy homes or does he skin?
He goes to Costco and gets lotion.
I won't call them what they are. They're its.
Okay, so are we going to put the school topic to rest? Agree or disagree on that one?
Yeah, we'll just. I agree. We should put it to rest.
I mean, I don't know. I don't.
Peter says he wants to go back to school. And
I'm
teach.
sure there's probably a lot of teachers that want to go back to school. I'm sure there's a lot of people that want to. I'm sure there's a lot of bars that want to reopen. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's safe. It doesn't necessarily mean that we have to do it. Again,
I don't know what the difference is in sitting in my room by myself at my house or sitting in my room at my school by myself.
Yeah, and again, what I said. I don't want
to. If they can all do it, then they should do it. Okay,
exactly.
Good. Then we do agree.
To disagree.
No, we agree. We agree on that.
Put your hand out.
You know what?
It puts the pen in the skin.
So what else is new with you? What else is there to talk about besides COVID?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we're getting some more unemployment money, but then I guess we don't know if that's...
You don't know how much.
No, they said that it's going to be an extra 400, but that Trump signed some order, but they didn't know if he was actually able to be allowed to sign the order.
Yeah, I don't think he signed the order on the dollar amount. I don't think.
Yeah, it's $300 plus.
I don't.
Please
I'm
stop.
sorry. I'm sorry. I took my glasses off.
The spit catcher with your glasses.
I'm sorry. It's because I have the microphone so close to my face.
That's good, and you sound great. Your wavelengths look great tonight.
Oh wow, that's about the only thing on me that looks great.
Puts the mic in front of its face.
So no, I don't think he can. I don't think he can stipulate the amount of money because Congress is in charge of the purse strings. But he did...
In charge of the what?
The purse strings.
The purse strings.
Yeah, that's another term for dueling out the money.
Dueling out? Dueling
the money.
Like dueling...
With swords. Like dueling, like 20 steps, turn around, shoot. I don't know.
And that's the same as dueling out money?
Dolling. Giving out the money, for God's sakes.
You're using all this.
Doling out the money. What is it? What is the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. I like giving out the money, but you can say it however you want.
Well, then we'll say giving out the money.
Okay.
So, but there's like payroll tax thing in there, and there's some stuff on evictions with renters and mortgage payers. And I say, good for him that he's doing something because our stupid Congress, boy, they just can't agree to disagree on anything. Or maybe they do agree to disagree. That's all they agree on, is to disagree.
I think this would be just a better thing if more people celebrated RodmanDon.
I think they should. I think what we should do is we should pull Congress's salary until they fucking settle this and every other issue that needs to be settled in this country. And I'm going to bet you money. It's like I've always said about Obamacare, that it's like really crappy health insurance. And I know for a fact, because my father was a government employee, that the government health insurance plan, federal government, is fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. If you put everybody on Congress on an Obamacare plan, they would have fixed it a long time ago because they would not want to have that.
Are you getting ready to announce your run for presidency in 2024?
I should run for presidency.
Do you have any demons that you want to tell us about?
But I was born in a foreign country, so.
Yeah, but that's okay. You're a citizen.
Yeah, but I don't know that. I mean, I was it. Yeah, but I don't know. They made a big stink about somebody else. Was it Mitt Romney, who was born in Mexico or something? I don't know. U.S. citizen, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, whatever. No, I'm not running for president. I don't want to. I just would like our Congress to do something. I feel like they're just a bunch of do-nothings. Can't agree. Can't negotiate. Can't give a little here, get a little there.
That was a song by the Shoulders? Give a little here, get a little there.
That's right.
That was off that was their reunion special, right? Their reunion tour.
It was.
It was a hit. Give a little here, get a little there. Put the lotion in the basket.
Yeah, there we go. Whoa.
All right. Well,
that. So yeah. So what else?
I don't really got anything. I was looking over the news stuff for the past week. Oh, there was that giant fucking explosion in Beirut.
Oh, and a big earthquake in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. And aliens, I guess, are coming.
No, it's just the murder bees. Murder bees?
No,
What are they called?
No. Those
Murder
are murder
wasps?
hornets.
Murder hornets.
All night tonight. Are you okay?
No.
Late night last night?
No. I kind of have a little headache. It might be the COVID coming on.
Yeah, that's from that test drive.
I can't test. I can't taste.
Apparently you can't
I can't
speak.
test
you can't
or taste.
Talk or speak.
That's right.
Yeah, I read this great thing talking about how obviously time travel is real, because obviously somebody tried to fix the murder hornet situation, and they did, because they never came, they never showed up, they just all of a sudden they were gone.
Are they gone?
Have you seen any?
No, but they were supposed to be up in the Pacific Northwest, weren't they? Like up in Washington?
Yeah, but they fly, so.
Yeah, but do you know how long it took killer bees to get from South America to the United States?
37
years, literally years. We were on alert for killer bees long before they got here.
Well, anyway, I'd heard, and then the joke was, well, let's see what else is going to get fucked up now that we saved ourselves from the murder hornets by going back and, because it's the butterfly effect, where if you do one thing, something else
falls apart.
Mm-hmm. So,
well, that's not good.
No,
but I don't think they disappeared.
Okay.
Maybe they just ate some like bad bees or something. What do they eat?
Do murder? I think humans. I think that was the issue. No.
Well, they don't feast on humans. They got to eat something else while they're looking for humans.
Put your head back on the table.
You could only do that for the holiday of RodmanDon. Do you know what the plural of RodmanDon is?
You know what's gonna be. You know what's funny is that like
RodmanDon.
The two people that still listen, Brian and Rodman.
And Teresa.
Yeah, but she's backed up. Brian's gonna be like, yeah, I guess September's RodmanDon month. He's gonna be like
he's
it's facts.
Telling us for all of his friends. I know.
Like, wow, that's.
Rodman will probably put this on his answer machine.
Oh, this will be like
for his business.
He'll be checked out the whole month of September. He's not going into work.
That's right.
So people will be like, man, I guess Rodman must be celebrating RodmanDon. His desk is just going to be set up at work. With
I think he has to work
like a small idol of him. Yeah, actually, that's true, because he's the one selling the houses.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rodman. We'll take it off, though.
Yeah, not a problem. I did want to also say one other thing about my
Come on, put it together. People are listening.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't say anything about any of that. I just took some notes the other day.
What if I get
probably not worth going into.
What a letdown, huh?
I know.
Well, I guess I should probably say something about.
Never mind.
Actually, no.
Never mind. Oh, I will say this.
Never mind.
My friend Ellie, and I doubt that she listens, but she always posts these really nice pictures of food.
Oh, you made a delicious balsamic glaze.
Oh, I did.
That's fun, huh?
I made a balsamic glaze. We've been eating caprese salads.
You want to give everyone a little Cooking with Sandy corner really quickly?
I'll tell you, it was really nice because I actually boil my eggs in this it's like a stainless steel pot. So when I boil my hard-boiled eggs, I boil it in that, and I tend to get water calcification buildup.
We call it mold.
And that's not mold. It's water stains. It's calcification. Anyway, so my neighbor Nancy neighbor brought some really good homemade tomatoes. Homegrown tomatoes.
She made them in her lab?
She made them in her lab.
Thanks, Nancy.
They're genetically modified.
Perfect.
I guess they grow pretty damn good tomatoes in Upland. So she brought some over, and so I bought some fresh mozzarella cheese and some basil, and did a little caprese salad, and then I thought, I want to put some balsamic vinegar on, but it is kind of thin. So I went on the internet to look at recipes for caprese salads, and they tell you how to do. I mean, basically, you just take balsamic vinegar and you put it in a pan and you boil it down. You take like 2 cups, boils down to like 1/4 of a cup or something, and it just kind of thickens it up. And
how much balsamic vinegar did you have to use to make the small little jar in there?
I used the whole 16 ounces.
Oh, okay.
And it took all the water stains off my pans. Doubly good.
So not only do you guys now know how to make a balsamic glaze.
Yeah, you bring it to a boil and then you let it simmer for like, I think it was like 10 or 15 minutes. Something like
so you guys know now how to make.
Thickens up. Go ahead.
No, you can keep interrupting.
I was saying it thickens up.
What does?
The balsamic vinegar glaze.
So now you guys know how to make a balsamic vinegar glaze, as well as get the water stains or mold off the inside of your the pan pot.
It's not mold.
Pot pan.
It's not mold. People are going to
Pan
take you
pot.
literally. It's not mold.
What is this called? A pan? Pot pan?
It's a pot.
Pot. So when I think of pot, I think of like a, not what you guys are thinking right now, see? But I think of like a giant, like a cauldron.
Is that what you cook with? Is a giant cauldron?
Wouldn't that be great?
I don't have one in my kitchen. Sorry.
The place I was looking at, the apartment I might get, the kitchen actually has a space, has a wooden stick that the cauldron hangs from.
Does it?
Yeah.
Cool.
So you boil water, but you have to boil a lot of water. It's a big cauldron.
Yeah. Do you have a big wooden stick
Yeah.
that you stir it
Mhm.
with?
And I say, I need 2 ounces of newt eyes.
Do you have like a black hat that you wear?
On this day of
Pointy.
RodmanDon, we'll be cooking newt eyes down with.
Newt eyes?
I need 4 grass
Hoppers.
Hoppers.
Oh boy.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So
All
anyway,
right.
but I did want to say that the pictures that Ellie posts are really really delicious food.
You should call her.
She just did like
Should we call her right now?
cheeseburgers. No, she's in New York.
Let's call her.
She just did like
12,
cheeseburgers
1,
today.
2. It's only 2:20.
Yeah, you think
2:10.
you really think she's up?
Could be a surprise though. Wouldn't that be a fun?
Really, she'd probably be like in a total panic. Like, who's calling me at 2:00 in the morning? What
Do you want to give
happened?
all of our listeners Ellie's? Is she on Instagram?
Yeah.
All right. So if you guys want to follow Ellie on Instagram for these food pics, it's like food porn. What's Ellie's name?
You mean what is her thing?
What's her handle? People are listening. Come on.
I don't know. EKL EINYC. EKLEINYC.
Oh my God! Give me the phone.
That's what it is.
EKL.
So there's the picture.
Ecline. Ecline.
Ecline. Ecline, but the N is the
Okay, so it's
the N-
Ecline. Ecline YC.
Yeah, the N.
Yeah.
The N is part of the lot.
Ellie Klein, York City.
Yeah.
Okay.
Except the N is part of the. You know what I'm saying? The N is part of.
New York City. Got it.
It's
Thank
New
you.
York
Yes,
City and
fantastic.
her.
And her name.
Yeah, but did you see the picture?
I was looking at the name.
Yeah, but you need to look at the picture. If you
No,
were
but I
gonna,
don't-
if you were gonna eat a cheeseburger, doesn't that look yummy?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It looks a little basic. But I mean, and she didn't make this. This is at a restaurant.
No, it says
JC
look at the
Mellon.
bottom.
Guys, there's no place like home. Yeah, but she tagged.
Oh, is that from a restaurant? All right, so she's a crappy cook. She goes out to eat.
Mom.
Are they eating there?
Yes. JG Mellon Burger Restaurant.
All right, so she
All right, so Ellie makes these incredible
Ellie makes
burgers.
these incredible burgers, and she shares them at JG Mellon.
Guys, if you're in the New York City area, go
Okay,
to
like
JG Mellon. Ellen asks for Ellie. Apparently, she's the chef.
She'll give you a 10% discount if you mention my mom, Sandy.
All right, do you get anything else?
No, I just feel really stupid. I wonder if all the pictures of food that she's ever posted are from restaurants.
How many months now have you been like, damn, Ellie just makes the best food?
I swear, there's times when it looks like it's, her home.
Let's call her.
Not right now, but some of the pictures look like she's done them at home.
You save yourself on this one.
I swear.
Oh, but
like she did one that was like a caprese salad that looked really good. But it had more stuff in it than just our tomatoes
on the location.
and
It
our
was like
mozzarella.
It was like
No, it says Shay Klein. That's her place.
Brooklyn's famous caprese salad restaurant.
No,
You're
it's
like, man,
Shay Klein. Shay Klein. That's her restaurant. Shay Klein.
That's her restaurant.
Well, Shay Klein. What does Shay mean? Chef?
You asked me to look it up.
Yeah, CHEZ. Shay. It's French.
So what does it mean?
I said chef.
CHEZ.
Yeah. Shay Klein. And Klein would be her last name. So
At the home.
At the home of Klein. There you go.
I spent one summer, Shay Grandma.
Shay Grandma. Shay Klein. At the home of Klein. So that means that she's...
It's used in imitation French, often humorously.
Yeah, so some of the pictures. So like I said, she had a really good salad. I mentioned it on one of our podcasts. Yeah.
Well, now we know that her secret is she just buys it at restaurants and takes it home.
Takes it home and takes a photo.
Well, you fooled us, Allie.
Really?
You fooled Sandy.
I thought you were like the best cook ever. Damn it.
Damn it, you fooled Sandy.
I know. I keep wanting to send her a message like, set another place for me, please.
Well, you should do that. You send it right now on that burger one.
How much does it cost? Would be more like it. How much does that plain looking burger cost? Anyway.
All right.
I don't need the red onions anyway.
Yeah.
There is an onion recall too, by the way.
Oh yeah, be careful out there.
Yeah, onions. Brown onions, red onions, white onions, sweet onions. Bakersfield. Culprit. I think it's called Thompson's or TLC. They sell them at Rouse.
You remember that song Waterfalls by TLC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go chasing.
Yep, that's the song. That was about onions.
No, it wasn't.
It was.
But anyway, I just threw onions away. I had to make my split pea soup without onions. It sucked.
Which smells like vomit, by the way.
Well, you weren't here, so you didn't have to smell it.
But
lucky for you.
Trust me. You've made it before.
It's good. It's very good. And you just don't... I don't know what your deal is with split peas.
They smell like garbage.
Okay, I could say that about some of the things you cook.
What else... What other peas or vegetables? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What other vegetable do you know is served split?
Split.
Exactly.
I don't know, but why would you have to split it? Is that the problem, that they're split? If it was a whole pea, you'd eat it?
Well, because then it would just be pea soup.
Okay, so we could just call it pea soup.
But it's not.
I don't have to tell you they were split.
Yes, but
did you actually see them?
Yeah, I see the bag.
This bag was not split peas. It was whole peas.
It was not. You're a liar. And then you went in and you split them individually.
I cut them
with your
myself.
splitting
my
device.
Pea splitter. That's right. I have a split piece, a pea splitter, a green pea splitter.
Why does it have to be green? Oh, is the splitter green? Or does it only split green peas?
It only splits green peas.
Of course it does.
It has to only, because it can only do a certain size.
Have you ever had black-eyed peas?
I don't like black-eyed peas.
Did you like the band Black-Eyed Peas?
Yes, I don't like lima beans either.
Did you like the band The Shoulders?
My mother used to make me eat lima beans.
Why?
Because she liked them. She thought everybody else should like them.
Lima beans.
You've never had them. I've never served them to you. You wouldn't like them. If you don't like split peas, you would not like lima beans.
I don't like lentils. I think lentils kind of smell like garbage as well.
Yeah.
Like people are like, oh, I'm making this like lentil soup. And I'm like, it smells like shit.
Yeah, I don't like lentils either. I'm not really a big bean eater. Lentils are beans.
Are beans different than peas?
I don't know what they are. They probably all belong to the same family.
Oh, you got to be careful. You got to finish your split pea soup before September.
Oh, because you can't eat split pea soup during RodmanDon.
Cannot. I know the title of this episode. RodmanDon. Okay, so recap. So let's just do a quick recap before we sign off here. So the quick recap is RodmanDon starts in September.
Although the date is yet to be determined.
It's a little iffy, but buy a house. COVID deaths in California, the percentage is down, which is good.
It is good.
But I guess we still have a ton of cases, so continue to wear a mask, please. We talked about the risk-benefit ratio. I feel like I'm like the professor, yes. And I'm like going over like the class is over, and I'm like, all right, so before you leave,
yes, make sure you have this in your notes because
you're going to
be tested.
You're going to be tested on
this
week. By episode 50. We're going to do a pop quiz.
We're doing a pop quiz.
The risk-benefit ratio is different for everybody. So ask yourself, what is your risk-benefit ratio? Why are we still shut down if the numbers are low? I want at least 3 paragraphs on that.
And how many schools do they close because one kid got the flu?
Should teachers be allowed to go back to school and teach digitally even though the kids aren't there?
I I say yes.
The secondary villain in Silence of the Lambs was Buffalo Bill or Buffalo Bill Guy.
Or put
the lotion in the basket.
Put the lotion in the basket.
Because he had fat women who he starved and then skinned them and then ate them? No, he didn't eat them.
No, I don't think he ate them.
Dressed up as them.
Yeah, but did the women die did he kill the women before he skinned them?
We're going to have to call him. We talked about unemployment money, Congress. You had a Congress speech. And then we did a Cooking with Sandy corner where we found that Ellie, your friend Ellie in New York,
goes to restaurants.
Who
knew?
Is not actually cooking all of her meals at home. So that's going to wrap it up for episode 47. If you guys need to get a hold of us, you can email us, mymomsandypodcast@gmail.com. Haven't heard from anyone in a long time.
Where's our 409, Bonnie?
Don't know. And
Bonnie, let us know when you ship it so we can make sure that porch pirates don't get it.
And if you guys want to talk to us on the Instagram, you need to start posting. I can't do all of this.
We
anymore.
need to do. I know you're just so fucking busy with your shutdown. We need to have a little tutorial.
A secondary tutorial because I gave you a tutorial the first time. We'll talk.
But when you don't use it,
Sandy's taking over the Instagram. So the Instagram is @mymomsandypodcast. If you guys want to directly talk to Sandy, she's going to be on there all day and all night. She watches my stories.
Just waiting.
So
I watch my stories.
My stories.
Oh, I do. That's the only way I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's like, where's Josh this morning? Oh, look, he's on a hike.
He's on a hike. So
oh, look, he's at the beach today.
And then we're going to put this episode up. It's Sunday night right now. We're going to put it up right away so you guys can listen. And we hope that everyone has a good week. Wear your mask.
Be safe. Don't get sick.
Stay away from the COVID.
The vid. The dreaded vid.
And let's all watch Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, I think we need a refresher.
And happy RodmanDon.
Very much so. All right. Very good.